My question to you is one, uh, should it be demolished? And if so, what about the other mausoleums? They too join the list?
Well, Karthikeya, that's a very, very important question that you've asked because a lot of us at this point of time, and when I mean a lot of us, I'm referring to us as Indians, have a certain understanding of what the history of our great nation is all about. And our history of our great nation is not the history that's just beyond the independence. It's a history that goes on for a couple of centuries before that. And the actor in question, who is a part of our history as well, is considered to be somebody who has got a very blood-tainted history attached to him. And therefore, I don't know at this point of time whether the legal route which Devendra Fadnavis is talking about is the most appropriate, extension to what would happen to his intent to demolish the Aurangzeb structure. But what is important is that at the end of the day, whatever our intent is, has to go to the process of law. And the law decides whether it is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, keeping emotions aside. The history that we have will always have good and will always have something bad to it. But the bad cannot be attributed towards the existing people that exist. And more importantly, our history has to be taught for the truth of what history is all about. Because it is always said that history lies with those that are in power. They control the history. So it is important for us to tell the real history to the people. Were the Mughals invaders? The answer is yes. Were the Mughals responsible for eradicating, torturing, as well as killing a lot of the indigenous people in of our country? The answer is yes. The question at that point of time is, do we glorify them or do we actually go about correcting the history and what is the real history that needs to be told to people? For example, when you look at some historical figures like Sambhaji, Chhatrapati Shivaji's son, the recent movie Chhawa that came out, it did get a lot of response from the people because many people, including me, did not have that kind of initial knowledge that was required, and it piqued the curiosity in me to read and study more about what
Okay,
the
Savio,
Marathas were
Savio,
doing
there are a
as
couple of
far as
things.
India.
Savio,
Yes,
there are a couple of things. One, ASI is with the government. They can take the action.
yes.
So, no one needs to go to the court. It's part of the Ministry of Culture. Secondly, the tombs of Mughal emperors are spread across India and Afghanistan. These include Babur in Kabul, in which the Indian effort is also located. I've been there. I've been to Afghanistan, Kabul. So, it's maintained with Indian help, the entire stretch. And let me tell you, Humayun's tomb in Delhi, Akbar's in Sikandra, Jahangir's in Lahore, Shah Jahan's in Taj Mahal, and Aurangzeb's in Khuldabad. If we follow this logic, we come to a question. And Professor Lal, this question is to you, sir. One is to know the real history, and another is to level the artifacts of the history. Aren't we going to make a distinction in that, sir?
Let me begin with one thing. Lot of things have been said, and I have not seen the film about Sambhaji, but I have been on several debates looking at the historical facts. One of the major problem in our country is we means we all people, whether it is Hindu, whether it is Muslim, whether it is anybody, we have not learned to live with history. Live with history means whatever has happened, we must accept that. First thing, we must accept the fact and then talk about it later. Problem is that we don't accept the fact. Somebody will say that Mughals were great benevolent rulers. Somebody will say Aurangzeb was great ruler without accepting the facts that when we talk about Aurangzeb, there is enough written records of his own court. Master Alamgiri is one, Fatwa Alamgiri is second. Lot of things are there. What I say, history need not to be written as per the ruling party, whoever it may be. Yesterday it was different party, today is different party, tomorrow is going to be different. Therefore, if we leave history to history and historians themselves, it would be far better. I am not an admirer of Aurangzeb. I have been on television for last 7 days, often criticizing very harshly, reading out from Masre Alamgiri or Fatwa Alamgiri, holding the commands of Aurangzeb, how temples were demolished, what orders were given on which date, who demolished, and how it was reported in the court and noted down in the court official documents.